2. Okay, recording. So tonight's call is really just talking about 2017 in general and like the rollout of the new year, which, yeah, I'm going to have to mute some people. Sorry. Let me see. Go ahead and mute me. Go.
I couldn't do it for 6 years, but you can do it for tonight.
Yeah. Okay, you're not muted. You're not muted, Blaine, but and other people can unmute themselves. Okay, so we're going to talk about 2017 and just the rollout and like having been in this business a few years with New Year's and what that's like, and reiterating the fact that it's the busiest time of year. So, you know, the New Year is when people unfortunately, it's when people feel like crap. Like they ate too much, they drank too much over the holidays, they are ready to feel better, and they're ready to make resolutions, which is a good thing, ready to make changes. And a lot of that is usually joining a gym or joining Weight Watchers or doing something to that effect, buying some kind of equipment. Like if you guys watch any kind of TV, people are literally buying a Peloton or perfume this time of year because it's the only thing I see commercials for. Like we want to smell good and get on our bike. That's what we want to do. But like it's all like any kind of Bowflex, like that's what all the commercials are, because this is the time of year that people want to make a change. So with what's coming out for all of us with the all access on demand, it's a surprise. Like no one really saw it coming. They didn't give us a lot of notice, and it's awesome. Like it is freaking awesome. If you have not watched videos on it or really looked into what it provides, like let's not even talk about the challenge pack. Let's just talk about all access on demand. We used to charge $40 for a quarter for on demand, which I thought was a great deal. That's $160 a year. I had plenty of people, FYI, paying $160 a year for on demand. Now they're offering it for $99 for a full year, and it's all inclusive. Before, it didn't include things like 21-day fix. Like it didn't include things that like everyone wanted. It didn't include 21-day fix. It didn't include core de force. It didn't include newer programs. Like they were slowly adding those on. But the fact that you get everything that Beachbody ever produced and will produce this year is huge, because they will roll out new things this year. They'll probably roll out at least 2 new programs this year. It is my guess. They usually roll them out around the Success Club trip and Summit and the end of the year. So it's very exciting, like everything that you can get, that you can promote it instead of going to a gym, instead of like signing up for Weight Watchers, instead of signing up for whatever they want to do, because I don't know any gym that would charge some ridiculous $99 fee for the whole year where they can go from workout to workout to workout. And you look at these past customers, I have customers that have bought 6 different programs from me and spent $600 on those programs, and now they can get all those programs for the whole year for $100. So it's an amazing thing. If you're not promoting it, I will show you how to promote it. I will tell you how to promote it, but it's in your hands to reach out to the people that need that. And there's really no one that doesn't need that. So that's super exciting. So I just wanted to talk about that, make sure everyone understood it. If you don't understand it, I've posted tons of stuff in Team Ignite on it. There's tons of stuff on Team Courage in it, of what it includes. You can get on all access for $99, or you can get the challenge pack for $199. If you sell a $199 challenge pack, the commission is $70. That's also outrageous. It's like 35% or something like that, like of commission. So if I hear people tell me, they're like, oh, I just want to make a couple extra $100 every month. Okay, good. Sell 3 of these and you've just made $210. like, this is an amazing deal for people, and you get an amazing commission back. So this is a great place to get you get 3 Success Club points. Very exciting. So I wanted to make sure we talked about that, and then I wanted to just talk about 2017 in general as far as the changes that are happening. I hope that all of you are in Team Courage. If you're not, that's fine. We can add you to Team Courage. The situation is Team Ignite, I understand, is far down from Team Courage as far as like the teams above us. And what I did years ago is kind of break off and say, hey, I just have to build my own thing, because I didn't have an active coach above me or a team to plug into really above me. I didn't really know Summer Tucker, who leads Team Courage at that time. And I broke off and I teamed up with the beautiful Megan Pusey. That's how you say her name. And formed Team Ignite. And I'm so grateful. Team Ignite is not going anywhere, but what Summer's vision is, once you become Diamond.
Kimberly.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I love you, Blaine, but can you mute Blaine? Because I can't hear you out.
Hold on. All right. So when I broke off, like, everyone did that. Like, this is the thing. Like, everyone broke off, and you'll see all these different teams and team names. And Summer's not trying to, like, get people from having their own team. But once you become Diamond, you're in this Diamond and above group. And in the last quarter of the year, she's definitely tried to bring people together and get ideas as far as bonding together and moving forward in the new year. And Summer has done a lot of good things where she's not making it like Summer or Team Courage, but like 365 Hope Givers, and like taking her name off of things and really trying to unify Team Courage as a whole, which we are under. So if you're not in there, I strongly encourage it. I'm trying to be more active in there and get to know people in there. I know a lot of people in there, but I know it's a very huge team. But the goal is to have more trainings like the 12 Days of Business, where it's people from all these amazing teams, but there's all these amazing leaders that have so much to offer and so much people to learn from. Guys, like I honestly have gotten to where I am by listening to these people that are in 12 Days of Business. Like, these are the people that I have looked at, and I'm like, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing? How are they succeeding? And you're not going to find those people necessarily on Team Ignite. Like, you have to step out and meet new people and see who you connect with and see what other leaders have your style, and not necessarily your same personality, but like, hey, like, what are they doing different than me? And what can I learn from them? So that's something she's trying to do. So in that respect, she's looking at us and like, how can we all come together and do trainings together and do groups together? And obviously we can't have like a group with 1,000 people in it. We get that. But so we've been talking about a lot of ideas that way. And one of them is the team call schedule for Team Courage. So her team calls, had gone to once a month, and now they're going to be twice a month. They're going to be the first Tuesday and third Tuesday of the month. And then we used to be every week, but I'm not going to compete with Team Courage because I want you to be on those calls too. So Team Ignite's calls, and everything I say tonight, guys, if you like want to private message me or write it in Team Ignite or put it in the chat, like, I'm trying not to read the chat necessarily as I go along, but we can talk about it. Like, that's more of what this is, but just getting out there what I've talked about with her and in that group the last couple months. So we'll go to 2 calls in Team Ignite, and then the other 2 calls will be Team Courage. From what Summer says, one of them will be like from a leader in Team Courage or a new coach, or not necessarily a leader, just anyone in Team Courage that she wants to speak. And then the other one will be from her. And then in ours, we can talk about if one of them we want to be a power a half hour together, which I know Leslie has talked about doing like once a month. I think that would be great for new coaches to jump in and see what a power half hour looks like and do it together. And then the other one, just kind of like this, like regrouping for the month, seeing what we need to invite to, what we need to work on, and having a call where myself or someone from Team Ignite leads. Most people in this it's called Rooftop Leaders is the name of the group. And most people in this group are going to a challenge tracker group. And there was a lot of discussion about this because there was lots of resistance because pretty much everyone on this call and myself grew up going to a Facebook group or Facebook group. And then you're like, I don't want to change. Like, ooh, change. I don't want to do that. So I get that. Like, it's kind of like this resistance because even the first challenge tracker app groups, like the health bet, I did it because of the health bet because I wanted my $16. And that's why I was logged in. But when it was over, I was like, peace out. Like, I'm done with this thing. And I realized that was wrong. And I had a great discussion about this with Megan recently. And my thought on it is corporate is pushing it so much in so many ways. And you guys may or may not look at things like elite points and stuff like that, but you will in the future. And they're pushing things like your elite points depend on how many people you have in a challenge tracker app. And like, they're really like pushing like who's in the app. And I was like, why are they doing all that? And I was talking to Megan and I was like, you know what? The fact is corporate is way smarter than me. Like, let's just be honest. Like they created this company. They know where this company is going. They got a lot more going on about their knowledge of health and fitness and social media than Kimberly does. So I'm going to trust that the fact that they're pushing us so forward towards that is because they just know more than what's going on with us. Because everything I learn about social media is the fact that like one day you wake up and your interest groups are gone. Like, peace out. You don't have any more interest groups, Kimberly. Thanks for playing. And one day you might wake up and they'd be like, we're not going to do groups anymore. Like, or you're going to have to pay to have a group. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying that's the truth, but I'm saying like there's lots of things going on where the fact is you are going to start to be able to advertise in groups soon. So like I'm going to be able to put my cute Coach K post in your multiples group because you just had some twins and you might need to do a workout. And people don't want to see that. So they're going to get out of the group. They're going to say, I don't want to be in this group anymore because this girl is blowing it up with her ads. Like that's where like advertisement and groups are going. And so I can see people saying like, well, I don't want to be in groups anymore because there's so much advertisement. Like that's a fact. Like advertisement is coming to groups. So you can see your people saying, I don't want to be in your Facebook group because it's like watching a commercial all day and I don't want to do that. So do you think corporate might be a little smarter than us and is like, we need to get people into this challenge tracker app where we are the ones showing what we want to show, right? What are you doing on your phone, Crystal? You're like pointing at me. She went away. She's like trying to rub my face. I love you. Mm-hmm. So we had a good conversation about that. And I think that's completely true. I've made up in my head that that's true. And they're smarter than me. And I need to move over to this app. So my app group is something that I got from Courtney Bell. And if you don't follow Courtney Bell or didn't check her out in the 12 Days of Business, she's fabulous. Courtney Bell made she was making six figures, $100,000 with Beachbody in her first 18 months. And she has I have a great video on how she did it. Like, I'm not saying that you could do it if you did it. I tried it. It didn't work for me. But she has a great video on how she did it. But I really didn't do what she did. Like, she was totally hardcore for 18 months. But she's amazing. And she did this video for us and talked about in the challenge tracker group and what she was doing. And Summer grabbed a hold of it and was like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And it's what I'm doing now too, because once I started listening to it, I was like, this is a great idea. And so a lot of you guys are in my group that is starting in January. If you're not, you're welcome. The groups cap out in the Challenge Tracker app at 250, and people are like, oh, that seems like so many people. I get that. It's new. It's different. It's not Facebook, but the Challenge Tracker app it's different. It's not like a Facebook feel where you have to like scroll through to see stuff. Like it's not the same thing. But she's running a group for a full year, and so am I. So my group will be open for 365 days. That doesn't mean at some point I won't have to open another group. If you're in my group, like you're in there. It's not closing for 365 days. And I will be adding people when I want to add them. Like she has it where she adds people twice a month, like, and we can do that. That's where this conversation comes in. Like, what do you guys think? And I don't know if it will open it up right now, but it's something to think on and like, let's have a discussion on. But like, you know, the second and fourth Tuesday or Monday of the month, you add people in and you're like, welcome. And, you know, I've had a conversation with, Bree recently. I don't know if Bree's on here. She usually is. But she was talking about like, you know, how do you keep groups fresh, and how do you keep groups like from not boring and not saying the same thing over and over again. And, you know, anyone who's been doing this a while, like myself and Blaine and Megan and Carmen, you know, I think can really tell you like, yes, you want to have fresh material, but that's more for you. Like, it gets more boring for you personally because you've been doing it for so long. For everyone else, it's pretty new. Like they don't remember, they didn't see it. Like, and who cares if we're talking about Thirsty Thursday every Thursday? Like they need the reminder. Like, let's be honest. Like, and let's do an old recipe. Who cares? Like, it's a good recipe. It works. Like, put it up there again. Like, who cares? Like, don't get caught up in that it's boring and it's the same thing, because that's something that comes to mind when you're like, oh, a year-long group. The fact is that people need a year-long group because 21 days isn't cutting it, guys. 21 days is not how you change your life. 30 days is not how you change your life. 60, we're starting to make a little progress. 90 is where I saw like really progress. And then I committed to another 90-day group. Like, you can't do that in 21 days. So I love the idea of, you know, people getting involved with this all access on demand for a year and saying, okay, let's start with a round of the 21-day fix and let's see how you do in 21 days. Maybe they're rocking it and their nutrition looks great and you can see their progress on the app. It's all on the app. So someone asked me this, and I think Megan and I talked about this. If you are in my group, can you see just your people? Yes. So, Teresa, you are an admin in my group. Okay, Teresa? I set up the group, but you're an admin in my group. And if you wanted to go and say, I just want to see the people that I invited, meaning Teresa invited. And same for me. I don't want to see all Teresa's people. Like, Teresa's people are not the people that I need to be in weekly contact with. I'll cheer them on and give them a heart and all that, but they're not my responsibility, right? So you can look up just who you invited. You can see, how many shakes they logged for a week? How many workouts did they log for a week? Have they logged measurements? Have they logged pictures? You can look at all of that, and that's a great place for you guys to go and say, wow, you know, Kimberly hasn't logged her shake in like 3 weeks. She must be drinking a ton of wine. Like, I should check on her. And Kimberly has not logged a workout in like the whole fourth quarter. Like, what is happening with this girl? So these are signs that you should check on Kimberly. I'm just using that as an example, of course. So it's a great tool that we can't use in the Facebook groups. Like, working on that before picture. I am going to nail that before picture, lady. Nail it, Megan. You guys are going to be like, damn, look at that before picture. Oh God. So for people that are jumping on or like concerned, like, do I need to break off and be in my own group or like whatever? Like, I think the whole thing that Summer is trying to promote and I am trying to promote and Crystal wants to promote and Megan, everyone, like, is just working together as a team. So it's okay. You don't have to break off and do your own thing. And I think this is such an amazing thing for new coaches, especially, and anyone that you bring on throughout the year, because you now have a place to say, oh, you started in this challenge tracker app, Rock Your Resolutions all year long is, I think, the name of it. Hopefully I can change it. But all year long, and you can just add people into that group and we will give them a welcome. Everyone will like it. Like, you have to figure, like, oh, there's 100, 150 people in this group, let's say, whatever, like, just that it gets to that point. That person gets so much love, like, when they like are welcome to the group. Leslie, what?
Hey, did you see Teresa's question? So like, because you had that pre-group and some people like posted their emails in there, so you added them, even though they're like.
I have added anyone who has posted their email.
Yes, but so like when I now pull the people that are assigned to me as their coach, they're not going to show up. Is there a way for you to switch that so they show up to me instead of to you?
Oh, yeah, I don't know, but we can figure it out.
Okay, I didn't know that, so I was wondering that too.
Question. Yeah, we can figure that out. That's a good question.
If nothing else, you can probably delete them out and add them back in.
Yeah, you could do that, or I mean, you could have a master list where you're like, these are my people. It might not come up in that, and that is definitely one of those learning curves where it's like, okay, we need to add our own people.
Yeah.
So let me say that for sure. Like, all of this, guys, is failing forward. Like, I mean, I'm not a brand new coach, but there's tons of new things that come up, and I'm always like, okay, let's just fail forward. I've never done a year-long group. I've never done a group other than the Health Bet and the Challenge Tracker app. Like, I'm just going to have to play with it. I'm going to have to see what works and, like, what doesn't work and fail forward. Like, all I can do is, like, be in contact with my people and give them the best value that I can do. And we're human. Like, they have to expect that, right? You know? And if they don't, they really shouldn't be working with me. I mean, because I'm totally human. But but that's a good question, and we can totally look if we can see if they can be like assigned, play with it. And they're going to continue to add to that. So like, I know I have to stop saying like so much. I know that Summer said, oh, you know, when they have live video is when I'm going to do that. Like, a lot of people were concerned with having live video, and Megan and I talked about this too. I was like, I never do live video. And when I started a challenge group, there was no live video, and I somehow lost 50 pounds. Like, so it is possible, you know, to do things without live video, you know, like, let's remember that we've done hard things before, you know? So, it's just new, it's different. And for people to say like, well, I had so much success with the Facebook group, or that's how I lost my weight, or that's how I was introduced to it. Think of all the people you're going to meet this year. Well, first of all, like, Perry was introduced to it through the Challenge Tracker app. She started in the Challenge Tracker app. She became a coach through the Challenge Tracker app. You're going to have people that have never been exposed to anything else but the Challenge Tracker app, and they're going to freaking love it because they are in this, you know, Fitbit and MyFitnessPal world, and they want to like log everything and track everything, and they don't necessarily want to like get in a group and like make their own little food log. They want to just do it all themselves. And you guys know corporate, they're going to be coming out with more. They're going to be coming out with live video, I bet. And they're going to be coming out with like a fitness log, and they're going to be coming out with a water log. Like, why would they not? Like, it's going to look like MyFitnessPal in a year, if you ask me. And that's why they're trying to get everyone over there now, because they're like, let's just get it rolling, you know? So there's so many things tied to that group, including going back to having this year-long fitness plan where it's like, let's start with 21-day fix. Let's get our nutrition down. Let's do a round of that. Great. What do you want to do next? You want to do 21-day fix extreme? Do you want to try core to force? Like, what do they want to focus on? Guess what? If they are doing all access on demand, they can pick anything they freaking want. Sagi is very excited, Crystal. Very excited. You guys are the only people that will ever pronounce my dog's name right, just so you know. Anyone else I meet? No. Oh, Saggy? No, it's not Saggy. I did not name my dog Saggy. Thank you. Thanks. Moving on. Okay, so the team's call schedule. Okay, so this is the other Team Courage thing with, you know, she's trying to get like everyone unified in the schedule. So like I shared our schedule of what we do, and I was like, this is my schedule on Team Ignite. Hi, Tanya. And I don't really want to change it because I really like my schedule and we've had it a long time. Like we just like have a schedule and I really like it. And I think that's kind of the schedule they're sticking with as far as like the free group, the first of the month. They're doing a 5-day, I believe, the second week of the month. They have that 365 group, so it's not necessarily like you have to start the third week of the month. They are going to have, Megan, I don't know if you remember this, but as far as like the coaching sneak peek, or if Crystal, if you know this, but
quarterly webinar on it, and then you can do the recorded ones.
Okay, thank you. So there'll be a quarterly webinar, and I'm sure she'll have different speakers. And the beauty of that is that you can find one you really like, because not all of them are great. Like once a quarter. So you just find one that you like and you share that recording. There was a great call that Blaine shared by Coach Jimmy months ago, and it's in our recordings. It's all in my YouTube, all our recordings. But it talked about having like a webinar like that. And when you're inviting to the coaching opportunity and you're like, hey, have you ever thought about doing what I do? And someone says, yeah, I've thought about it, or what is it that you do? You say, well, I have a 30-minute, if it's summer, it'll probably be an hour, but I have an hour-long webinar, and would you be willing to watch it if I send it over? If they say no, or I don't have time to do it, then you don't want them on your team. Peace out. Like, if they don't have an hour to watch a webinar, like, they don't really want to do this, guys. Like, they don't want to do it. Hopefully it'll be 30 to 45 minutes, but it won't. 1 hour is too long. That's why we can have our own, or that's why we can continue to do sneak peeks. Like, I'm not planning on getting rid of sneak peeks at this point. I have still played around with the idea of having like an hour long live sneak peek that's in one day. Like, we can even do it twice a month, where it's like Monday sneak peek into coaching, and it's an hour long, and 7 o'clock Dane gets on, and 7:15 Teresa gets on, and 7:30 Perry gets on, and 7:45 Amber gets on, and 8 o'clock Megan gets on, and you describe what we do in an hour, and then that's it. I really like that over the 3-day. I'm thinking about trying it out if y'all are willing to try it out. That's one of those things, we get used to the 3-day and it's like, no. But it's like you constantly have to change things and tweak things and see what's working and see what's better. And then it's like 1 day and it's still in a group. And then they can go back and watch the 1 day and it's like, done. Because the 3-day ends up being longer than an hour once you watch everything and do everything. And then it's like drawn out, and I don't know. So I am constantly thinking about things like that. So Crystal's like, oh, I like that idea. Oh, the gym thing. I'm not reading that, so I don't know what we're talking about, the gym thing. I have to go back and read that.
I was touched on that. What I was saying is, Kimberly, is I don't know where I think Summer mentioned at one point was she was talking about really categorizing her videos. So that, like, if you're talking to somebody and you're talking through the process of coaching, instead of like waiting till week 3, because that's when our sneak peek is, like, because you want to constantly be inviting, what she was really hitting on is that you want to have something immediate to send them before their fire burns out. And so what she was saying with categorizing videos, that like, if you're talking to a Pearl, there's a video that maybe talks to that person. And so the video is categorized so you can find it easily and send that to them. but it needs to be a short video. And so maybe there's like a video bucket list that we have in YouTube for Team Ignite, or we can use some of Team Courage, but that hits to each gym so that like I remember Teresa was looking for one for somebody one time who really wanted to do what Summer does as far as like the giving the time and donating to like other countries and like that type of stuff. And we had a hard time finding a short video that wasn't over an hour long to send her. But if you could have short videos on each person, so like maybe there's somebody with a story like yours, you send that to that person. But that goes back to like, you have to know the person that you're talking to. Like you've got to already have felt out like, what are their goals? What do they want to be? So then you have a gym type thing that matches what that person wants. Because then if I'm putting somebody in the group that's a Ruby, they may listen to all these great stories from all of us of like what we got out of it. But if that doesn't meet their Ruby need, they're going to be like, well, this is a waste of time. Or if they're an Emerald, same thing. So like more like you send a certain video to the person you're talking to, which goes back to like, you've got a form to know that person. But then also, I think a general video on just what is your coaching in a nutshell would be good again, or something like that, where it explains what coaching is, but then also then finding the video that meets that person's need, but keeping it short, because if we want to be duplicatable, they need to understand up front that it can be short and sweet. That was kind of my thoughts on it. And that's kind of what I took away from one of her videos, but I'm not sure if I was.
All right. Yeah. I mean, okay. One, I agree. That's a great idea. One, I will not like wait for that to happen. Like I wouldn't encourage people to wait for that to happen. I would encourage everyone to make a coaching in a nutshell video. Like there's hundreds out there. I watched one and that's how I created mine. And when you make what coaching in a nutshell video is, you need to speak to every single gym in it. So I speak to the Emeralds as far as there's a system that I'm going to give you to follow. And I speak to the Pearls. You're going to be changing lives. You're going to be helping people. I speak to the Rubies and talk about how much money there is to be made and how much prizes there are and success club trips and things like that. And I speak to the Sapphires because I am one, and just say, I freaking love this company. I love the people. I love how much fun I have. I love the friendships I make. I love what I'm doing. But you have to speak to all of that and say, that's what I do. You don't say, well, it's for you because blah, 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 blah. And it's for you because blah, blah, blah. Like, you speak to everyone and say, that's what coaching is. And at some point, that person's gym's going to perk up and be like, well, I want to go to Punta Cana, and I want to have a lot of friends, and I want to make a lot of money, and I want to help people. I want to do that. And she told me she has a system to help me. Well, heck yeah. Like, there's like a proven recipe. Like, then you're speaking to that person. So you guys, coming from you, it's going to be so much more powerful than saying, let me show you my coach's video, Kimberly, like what she did. You make the video, you take control, you do it. And if you feel like I'm too nervous to do it right now, or I'm not established enough, then that's when you say, okay, I really like Dane's video. I really like Leslie's video. I really like Kimberly's video. Like, who do you like? Like, who do you connect with? And that's the goal of the 3-day sneak peek, where it's like, hey, you get to get a taste of everyone. But I agree, where you can start to watch someone and be like, I don't relate to this girl at all. You know, like there's sometimes I listen to Summer and I'm like, girl, you have dang lost me. Like you lost my stuff. I don't relate to what you're talking about. But you know what? There's someone else that will draw you right back in. Same with the 12 days of business. We are all so different personalities, and it's funny in that thread together and talking to different people, and like you see who is, you know, Kelly Brown's got her shit like she organizes when she shits. Probably she's so organized. Like that girl is freaking organized, and I love her to death. Love her because I met her on a freaking Success Club trip cruise and was having fun. Like I'm like, oh, let's bring your Sapphire out. But like we're all so different and have so much to bring, but everyone needs that too. Like listening to all those trainings, I'm like, all right, I'm not printing out all your forms, but I might print out 2 of your forms. Like, I might do that, right? And then today, like, doing my call, I was like, you know what? I could give them all these forms, but that's not how I do it. Like, that is not what a Sapphire does. And I know I spoke to Sapphires that were like, yes, I am just going to join my dog group and be friends with everyone, and this is going to happen. Like, I'm not going to do a spreadsheet on it or anything. I am just going to friend these people and talk to them. Like, that's all I do. So I don't need a checklist for all that. I'm like, I just want to be your dog friend. That's it. Anyways, these chats. I wish I could read all 111 chats. I can't wait to print all the forms, Amanda said. Oh my God. Yes, Ruby. And yeah, I have a ton of Ruby in me. I'm like, I'm just going to go do it. Like, it's fine. It'll get done. I could use some emerald in my life. I'm not going to lie, which I do every year. Like, how funny is it? I did this today. I just want you to know. I'm going to talk about myself for a second because my Ruby just came out. I made this freemium, this little chart. It's like a little tracker. I made a tracker. I hired someone to do it. Like, let's be honest. But I hired someone to make, I mean, Amanda's getting excited. Like, she just sat up for a second. She's like, a tracker? Get out. Okay, I made this tracker. I hired someone to make the tracker for me as my freemium. And then I had to do, like, a video to, like, explain it. And I'm like, Kimberly, like, what are you? But, I mean, I got to offer something for free. I'm not going to offer meal prep. My meal prep would be, like, go buy, like, a tub of guacamole and some carrots and, like, done. Like, what? Drink your shake, eat your tub of guacamole and carrots, and have some eggs. Like, there's your meal plan. Blaine will have, like, a 5-course meal for you, like, every day, and I'm, like, eating my guacamole and pretzel chips. I'm not drinking wine. I'm not. Like, nothing around me. I should be. Some of you guys are making me thirsty. You know who you are. Okay, I cook great meals for my family. I just am not a prepper. I'm just a doer. Like, I'm just what are we having for dinner? Like, all right, let's do that. All right, your noodle veggie thing look good. See? Fly in my pants, girl. Just winging it. Okay, what else do you guys want to talk about? Those were my main things. Like, there's some changes coming. I don't want people to be, like, resistant to change, and just, you know, trying new things. It's the new year. Like, there's lots of opportunities. There's lots of obviously trips coming up and things to plan for, and lots of exciting things in January. If you're not getting to a Super Saturday, you need to, because Super Saturday in January is super fun, Sapphires, because they, like, announced the trip for 2018, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I want to be on that trip so bad. I mean, me and Megan will be on it, and we may or may not be in bikinis, but we will be on it. And I mean, when are they gonna do one in Alaska where you have to wear a coat the whole time? What the freak? And then they'll probably announce a new product coming out, something like that. Like, it's pretty fun in January. Lots of fun stuff going on. So I'm super excited to see Amanda in DC, and Blaine and her team in DC, Perry in DC. I know a bunch of you guys are getting together in Texas and San Antonio or Dallas, which will be awesome. And it's such an amazing way to start the year. It's how I started my first full year in Beachbody, was at a big Super Saturday event where I met a lot of people, and it was awesome. Like, I just have to keep my chat open next time. What? Yeah, San Antonio will be fun. Do you notice that guy I talked to about videos? So he's going, yes, Crystal. Yes, he will be there. Jesse Taylor, he, like, is a big social media guy. Like, yeah. So just as a side note, and I will let you guys go, but the last 6 months of this year, which went by really fast, I pretty much tried to spend as much money as possible and throw it away on social media. So I learned a lot of stuff, and I would love to share it with you as far as what to do and what not to do. But I have been upping my Facebook game and learning more about Instagram and learning more about running ads. And, you know, if you don't have a like page, like, let's just do it. Like, let's just set it up for 2017, because everyone on this call is going to be here in 2018. So you're going to need a like page. Like, I don't care if it doesn't do anything. I don't care if you have 5 fans. Like, let's just set it up. Let's come up with a good name that includes your name, not something like, I got a sexy butt, Megan. Like, I mean, like, let's not make it that. That'd be weird. That was your first name, wasn't it, Megan? Sexy butt Pompa. Yeah, I mean, have your name in it is my best advice, and let me help you with your header, and let me help you, like, I'm not saying I'm going to do it for you. I'm just saying, let me help you, like, what to post. And let's just get in a habit. Like, let's make 2017 about habits, like, of doing the vitals, which is also my favorite thing to talk about. So we can talk about that handstand twerking, like, at Summit. Let's just make it habits. Like, it's really simple. I posted something, I think under Crystal posted today, though, about the vitals, and it's just like, you know, talk to 2 people, invite 2 people, add 2 people, post on social media a couple times. Like, let's just get in a habit of doing the 2s, the 3s. If you want to make 6 figures faster, you're going to have to make it the 5s, the 8s, the 10s. Like, that's the facts. Like, do you want to make a couple extra $100, or do you want to make a couple extra $1,000, or do you want to make a couple extra $20,000? Like, those are your choices, and it depends, like, what you do daily to get there. So let's start creating habits. If you're someone that wants to make 6 figures, you have to have a like page, period. You have to post on your like page, and you have to start investing in your like page. I don't say that to new coaches to, like, scare them off. I just am telling you guys that because you're here, because you want to see what's going on for the new year. You want to be involved. And we have to invest in your business. Like, we have to. That's what I have done. Like, I feel like everything I've made for 6 months, I've just put back into my business to learn more. And I want to share that with you guys. I want to teach you all the stupid things you should not do. Mainly when it comes to Facebook ads, but that's always changing. Like, Facebook is always changing. Ads are always changing. All that information is always changing. Teresa, I'd be happy to help you guys. And I can't read all the comments, but in taxes, Amanda, let's talk about taxes in DC in January. Cool. Bring your notebook planner and spreadsheets, and we will talk about taxes. It'll be awesome. It's my favorite thing to talk about. It's no one's favorite thing. No, but taxes, we can do a call on that too, guys. Like, as far as, you know, I will have to say, like, I'm not an accountant or whatever, but you can pretty much write off everything. You should not be paying taxes to have a business like this. You should not be losing money. Like, you should be able to write off pretty much everything you do, eat, drink, sleep, gas, whatever part of your house. Like, everything can be written off for a business like this where you're not paying anything, and you save all your receipts, which is awesome. So you can write off your Shakeology, you can write off anything you've purchased, you can write off gifts. That's pretty much my whole paycheck, so I'm good. Gifts to anyone. I mean, whatever. Okay, I'm not going to leave you anymore. I'm sorry I couldn't read all the chats because it was probably super fun. Workout clothes, yeah, to an extent, Leslie, but we can talk about that. Well, yeah, it could get, like, a little dicey, but not, like, at this point. But I'm sure if someone was writing off, like, $100,000 worth of workout clothes, it might look awkward. But yeah, you can write off some of that stuff too. And you can shoot me your comments, messages. We can start some convos in Team Ignite. We can start some group messages. We can, whatever you want to do. So just message me and we'll talk. more about all those topics, and I'm going to write those down as far as talking about taxes. There's a lot of good calls on that too. What's her name, Megan? Lindsay Catarino is in Team Courage, and she is a super successful coach. I think she's, I don't know, 10 to 15 star in there somewhere. And she is a retired accountant, and she retired because of Beachbody. She was a very successful accountant, made six figures, had a great job, and she left because of Beachbody. And she's done some stuff on it, or has given me some advice on some stuff as well. So I'll find some stuff from her as well. So, all right, guys, have a great night. Enjoy your new year. I'll figure out the schedule as far as upcoming calls and as far as Team Courage and with us, and we'll go from there. Love you, Crystal. Love you guys. Love you, Amanda. Love you, Carmen. Love you, Leslie. Love you, Amber. Love you, Perry. Love you, Teresa. Love you, Blaine. Love you, Dane. Love you, Tanya. Love you, Crystal. Twice. Crystal with the C and Crystal with a K. Okay. Love you all. Bye.